their life away and they got another shot. See all these brothers, man, coming up there at that program every week in and week out. And y'all got a lot of soldiers in here, man. Y'all got a man, Penny Griffin. Sister made all this possible for y'all, you know? We don't understand now how lucky we are. Really. I mean, she literally fought for this program, man, because she understands how important it is that people help the least of us. You know, this ain't you know why they keep changing the name so much? It was returning citizens, now there's, it was ex-offenders, it was offenders, now there's ex-offenders, now there's returning citizens. They keep changing the name so much because they're trying to find one that sound right. Because this is not a popular topic, talking about us. Right. A lot of people scared to death of us. A lot of people slam the door when you say us. I'm telling you how hard it is to keep a door open for us. That's why when you get somebody like Penny, you get a program like this, then you got to appreciate it. Now that you done graduated, you got to do all you can because God going to allow you to be in a position to help somebody else. So then when you come back and speak to the next class, they get a chance to see for themselves that the program worked. I didn't believe it. I just had faith. I just knew I didn't want no more of what I already had. I didn't know what was in front of me, but I knew what was behind me. Better yet, I didn't know what was in front of me, but I knew who was behind me. Somebody told me, may you find God and may you find him there. I said, God, what that got to do? Where was he at the last 30 years? That's what I was saying to myself, you know. And now over this last 20, the one thing I say to y'all, man, is please, please, don't have to be God, don't have to. It could be Allah, anybody you want. Just don't let it be you. Don't you run your life no more. You got to turn it over to somebody. We already know what we do when we run our life. That's what get us where we at. For me, I was running my own life. I was God. And you see where you got me. Arrested 38 times. That's what it got me. Till I turned it over to somebody else other than me, those are the results I got. So in closing, I just want to say, this is not a coincidence. Mr. Marshall from Ridge Roofing, where did he leave? No, yeah, Mr. Marshall. You think that's a coincidence, walking up the street, got some guys with him that need some jobs, and here go a brother, and here go the thing, you can't look at somebody and tell they're no ex-offender. Well, maybe me, because people always look at me. You been in jail before? But you can't look at nobody and tell they no ex-offenders. You know, how did that happen? How did that happen? Divine intervention. That's how it happened. It was divine intervention. That walking up the street and see that brother and then start a conversation.
120 degrees.
120 degrees outside. And he on the roof. On the roof. I don't know about you. I did roofing for about 3 days.
Not a case. Not a case.
Yeah, no. Look, I had to bring a doctor's excuse. And it wasn't in the heat, it was the height for me. Both of them mixed together wasn't really working, man. But, man, we grateful for brothers like Mr. Riggs, man, who stepped back up to the plate because that brother ain't forgot where he came from. It's a lot of people that do, man. It's a lot of people that's really ashamed of where they've been, you know, and I ain't proud of it, but I certainly ain't ashamed of it. You know, I'm not ashamed of it. You know, I'm grateful that God gave me a story. You know, I'm going to tell mine. I hope you learn with yours so you can tell somebody too. Because this is something you shouldn't keep to yourself. You should be spreading the good news. You know, when people know that you've been where you've been and they don't look at you, that's good news. That's good news, man. That's something to be proud of. I'm so glad I made it. You glad you made it? Are you glad you're here? Yeah. It's a lot of brothers, man. Listen to this. It's a lot of brothers ain't going to never, ever be in one of these programs. It's a lot of brothers who ain't going to never have another Big Mac. It's a lot of brothers who ain't going to never have another French fry from McDonald's. Matter of fact, it's a lot of brothers who ain't going to never be able to take a bath. Any of y'all been there know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah, ain't no baths in penitentiary. I don't know no McDonald's in penitentiary. You don't get no French fries. You might get a guard to bring you one in or something, but I don't know if that counts. You know?
I ain't gonna have you.
Yeah, no. They got some stuff called
Yeah.
that's the Big Mac. Yeah, that's your Big Mac. He said he liked it. He got to get you some. You got to detox So Mr. Glover, here's another coincidence. Me and Mr. Glover, you can't look at Mr. Glover and tell he no ex-offender. No, I can't. Man, this dude, me and Mr. Glover was in the same dormitory before. And I mean, you know, I had not seen him in years, but to know this brother that came home and to know he has not only been successful, but that he's found ways to make sure he give it back. That's tremendous, man. Y'all understand the power that you got right here that you're seeing in this room. You know what I hope one of y'all inspired to do right now, seriously? I hope one of y'all inspired to be the main speaker of this graduation 2 days ago. That's what I hope one of y'all can do. I hope one of y'all can come back and tell us what it was like to hear Mr. Glover's story and how that inspired you. Because you got some journeys coming. You got some trials and tribulations. This ain't going to be easy. But you can do it. You really can. God ain't saved you for nothing, brother. Got a plan for you. He really do. And it's only the beginning. I'm going to close by saying one of my favorites. I said it I told you we good.
That's all right, man. That's all right. That's all right, man.
So I'm going to close just by saying, Martin Luther King said this. When we talk about freedom, you know, every time I was arrested, right, when it was time for me to come home, they would give me this stuff called, what's it called? Parole. Or probation. Y'all remember that? Yeah. I never could do that, man. I never could. I mean, I went to the halfway house 27 times. Guess how many times I ran?
27.
28, because they caught me one time. I never could stay. I couldn't stay. How you gonna be halfway home? I mean, really? How would be halfway home? I live on this street, the halfway house right here. I'm looking at my window. That wasn't gonna work, right? So I kept rabbit in my blood, and I kept running. And you know, every time somebody was released, you know what they would say? Mike going home. Man, he finally free. You know how we related that to freedom? You know how every time we made parole, we thought we was free? Freedom ain't free. It's really not. You got to pay for freedom. You got to pay to stay in the street. You got to work hard for freedom. It ain't free. Martin Luther King said it. He said, I'm happy to join with you today in what will go down in history as the greatest demonstration for freedom in the history of our nation. This is the greatest demonstration for freedom for us in the history of our nation. If it's not, tell me where else you got this from. Where else did you get a chance to come here every day, express whatever concerns you had? You at the end of the day, find what you was looking for, have staff to come in here, you know, and avail themselves, man. Not just because they was getting paid, but they went beyond the call of duty, you know. And you looking good, and it looked like it's working. And when we allow freedom ring, when we let it ring freely, we shall speed up that one day when all of God's children, black men and white men, Jews and Gentiles, Protestants, and returning citizens will be able to sing in the words of the old Negro spiritual, free at last, free at last, thank God Almighty.